Good morning, everyone. I'm sweating. Menopause is a interesting time in a woman's life. That's all I have to say to it. Yeah. Animals I took care of. They were out again all night. We have an odd schedule going here right now. But they just love it out there. They have over 200 acres to roam here, and the grass is all coming up. I sit out on the porch, which you could right now, but the sun's shining right into the porch, so I'll be blinded all over. Have to wait for a while. And everything's green out there, and the wood poppies are coming up, so there's like this yellow carpet again out there, and they die down, then the grass comes up for the summertime for the animals. Yeah, things are growing out there. We're definitely in spring. Wonderful. But I'm hot. The guys are back. So you can see there's Bo. Our poor Bo that now has to be on a pill every day. It is what it is. He injured his knee, and the dog's knee actually isn't where I thought it was. It's more up in here towards the, I guess, joint further up to the back, to the hip and the back. And he has a tore tendon or something, and if it will heal, it's a very slow healing kind of thing. And we try to keep him in, or don't roam, right? As much as we can. It's just not happening. And he does well most of the time, but then when he's out for a little too long, he'll come back and definitely favor that leg. Don't know what happened. It's what it is. These guys come back sometimes with small battle scores. This is a bit of a bigger one, we have our suspicions there, but again, you don't know, so you go just with it. So he is on a steroid pain pill or something that will bring down the inflammation if it happens. But he's at 9 years old now. So if he's on for a few years on something, that just helps with all that. Animals, dogs, don't live that long that you have to worry they're going to develop some kind of for example, kidney problem with medication like that. He's too old for that. Oh, too old. It will not. His life will be done with before he's going to develop certain problems. Other problems from that, right? Yes, that medication. So he gets it one a day. And he seems happy with it. And he has no reactions to it, so that's good, right? Yeah. Which also was a concern. But he's good, and he still gets to go roam and run, and right. So, that's what you do. Sometimes, right? One has to be happy with, okay. Yeah. All right. Let's get into our condition here. Let's do this first. I was a blessed child. I wrote the title, I was a blessed child, because I got everything that I needed as a child. Oh, was it all perfect, this and that? That's just in the eye of the beholder. Now as an adult, how I know how other children grow up. I had the perfect life as a child. Yes. I had an incredibly dedicated mother that gave all of her children wonderful guidance. It was up to us to accept it or not. That's for sure. But when I look back on my childhood now, see how it's taken care of, this and that, I have to say I had a wonderful childhood. I was protected by spirit world through the prayers of my mom. Then her dedication as a mother to her children. Oh, where's my father? Ah, yeah, good question, right? Yes? It's not my place to judge that. And just because, I'm not going to use that now as an adult. Oh, if. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure why the sound of a pig is oink, 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 because it's definitely F. There. Okay. I had one parent who was 100% dedicated to having children. And she did her absolute best. How about that? Done? Okay. That's why I titled this, I Was a Blessed Child. Peace in mankind. Care and love for every dependent child. Peace. Every child feels secure, which reflects cause and effect in the child's life. Peace. Every child eats. Peace. Every child is warmed in cold times. Peace. Understanding a child's growth in troubling times, then to guide the child to attain harmony with peace. I am peace as a father, as a mother, as a son, as a daughter of God. Peace, to become the best I can be for every child. Repentance, knowing every child is deserving of peace. Prayer, knowing every child comes first. Restored, conditions, including this one, are fulfilled. You can't have your celestial whatever, okay? Foundation on earth. If, when you're done with the condition, the problems are still there, then you got to keep going. You got to keep going. Yes, I have song on my mind. I'll tell you more about that. Conditions are fulfilled when every child is loved and cared for. Death separates us from our earthly path to attain peace. Our taught descendants are the future. The change of lineage, God's lineage in action. The true cause and effect in a child's harmonious and happy life. It's a succession of things. I am an adult, ashamed to ask for anything from my heavenly parents for myself. If a child on earth needs my prayers and conditions greater than I, peace will happen when peace can be found in every child. I will be less than any child that suffers due to mankind's unkindness. Spirit world will hold us all accountable, regardless. Remember that. Interesting. Death. I tell you what, there's one thing I know about spirit world and my heavenly parent. If you listen, right? If you follow the guidance, if you listen on what's needed on earth, while you're here doing what you're doing, this, that, you're going to get some interesting experiences. I don't call them a test. I call them, okay, what spiritual growth? You can't say it, right? Yes. Well, you study up on things, and you definitely know that your knowledge has increased from, right? Surely you know more now than you did when you were a 2 or 3-year-old, 6-year-old, even a 10-year-old. Surely, hopefully, you know more than when you were a teenager, right? Yes? Okay. But spiritual growth, you can't, how do you see it? How do you know? You don't, really. Yeah, you do. You do when you notice within yourself changes for things in the past that were different. Yes, people, so you got to love yourself and you got to this yourself. That's, some of that is true. One thing I see with that is, yes, remember back. I remember I was scared of death. I was, especially as a child. Even as a teenager, that, you're scared of death. You wonder about death, right? One of my greatest fears was burning alive for some reason. I'm not sure. It could have something to do with my ancestors, right? Anything else to me wasn't such a big deal. But that was, oh, why was that? Why is that? Now, where do I live? Fire is definitely the most devastating thing here, if it were to happen. Yes? Yeah. So I laid in bed a couple of nights ago. And I laid on my side where my heart is. And I suddenly felt this really, really strong pain right by my heart. In my heart. It's like something really squeezed my heart for a few seconds, really hard. That would hurt. Yeah, I did. It hurt. And I laid there. I was here all by myself. Middle of the night. I laid there and going, wow, is this the end? Am I having a heart attack or something? According to the doctors, I have a really strong heart. Okay, that was almost 20 years ago. Someone told you have a heart like a horse. And, oh, that's good to know. If nothing else makes it, my heart still will beat. And I laid there and I thought, am I having a heart attack? Oh my gosh, this is really, that was it though. I thought, well, let's see what else happens. No, literally. I didn't get up. I didn't, oh my gosh. What's wrong with me or something? Nothing. I just laid there, experiencing the pain and going, oh, what's going on here? I stayed real calm. I said, well, if this is my time, I think I'd like to experience exactly what's going on with my passing, this and that, rather than now, I don't know what, get all confused in my head over what, dying? So I laid there, and a few seconds later, the pain eased off, and as I said, well, that could have been the precursor of something else. I just laid there. Okay, and felt my heart pump. Not pump, but actually just beat. Right? But not at a fast pace or anything, just beating, but I could feel it after the pain was gone. And I'm going, well, you know what? Oh, remember the stories I told about my relatives? I thought, man, am I going to get my wish? Yes. I'm not that old yet, considering it. But you never know when God calls you. And Spirit World says, yeah, okay, we need you over here now. Right? And I just laid there. I'm just going to go to sleep. I went to sleep really easily, too. I woke up in the morning. Then I found the song again. The Spirit Goes On. And I shared it as well. It was an interesting experience. And sometimes I wonder if we have these experiences. I could have oh my God, I got to get up. I got to go to the emergency room, something's wrong, this, I could have done that, right? Well, most people probably would do that. Well, no, I didn't do that. I realized my spiritual growth was, well, okay, you're not going to change anything. Why would you you're all alone here, get in a car. not knowing if you're going to pass out or something else is going to happen. Then what? You're going to crash your car, or not my car, but someone else's truck, and maybe hurt someone out there. Why would I do that? I call 911. How the heck would I do that? I don't have any money for an emergency vehicle to come here and pick me up. Anyway, so, okay, besides all that, I was just late. That didn't even come to my mind. And then the next morning when I thought about that, it didn't even come back to my mind for a while. Then wow, I should be proud of my spiritual growth. My spiritual growth is doing okay. Yes? That's, okay, one bit of a, whoa, okay, Danielle, that's a bit of an experience right there. Okay, finding out your spiritual growth while you're dying or something. Well, I didn't, did I? Huh? Did I have that experience just to see where am I at with my spiritual growth? What do I still need to work on? We have many different experiences like that. Yes? Yeah? Okay. We're just not paying attention to the guidance in a way, right? Yep. Okay. Anyway, so. Oh, hello. All right, let's get going. In Numbers 24, let's see what Balaam and Balak are up to, huh? I think this would be an interesting, I've never heard this story told in a Sunday school class. I think this would be a very interesting story to tell children. See what they think of. All right, so here we go. Numbers 24. Balaam then saw that it pleased Yahweh to bless Israel. He did not go as before to seek omens, but turned towards the desert. Oh, so he's done with it. He says, I'm not going to go on that. Come on now. On omens? Oh, that's interesting. Seeking omens. Again, what are the translations? How are they? Seeking omens, as far as I know, that's a pagan kind of, right? That's not, okay, what? Come on now. What kind of God are you talking to now? But turned towards the desert. Raising his eyes, Balaam saw Israel settled tribe by tribe. The Spirit of God came on him. Aha! See, he didn't have to do a thing. And he declaimed his poem as follows. The prophecy of Balaam, son of Beor. The prophecy of the man with far-seeing eyes. The prophecy of one who hears the words of God. Oh, by the way, we just talked about spiritual growth. Balaam had to also grow spiritually in order to actually. Yes? Because what did he do beforehand? With the donkey. Okay. Sometimes spiritual growth can have a growth spurt. Yes, okay. Just like people do, children do. He sees what Shaddai makes him see, receives the divine answer, and his eyes are opened. How fair your tents are, Jacob. How fair your dwellings, Israel. Like valleys that stretch afar, like gardens by the banks of a river, like aloes planted by Yahweh, like cedars beside the waters. A hero rises from their stock, he reigns over countless peoples. His king is greater than Agag, and his kingship held in honor. God has brought him out of Egypt, is like the wild ox's horns to him. That's an interesting wild ox's horns comparison there. He devours the corpses of his enemies. Oh, that's gross. Breaking their bones. That's gross too. Piercing them with his arrows. He has crouched, he has lain down, like a lion, like a lioness, who dare rouse him. Blessed be those who bless you, and accursed be those who curse you. Okay, interesting. I do hear something else out of this whole prophecy here. Let's read first. Balak flew into a rage with Balaam. He struck his hands together and said to Balaam, I brought you to curse my enemies, and you have insisted on blessing them 3 times over. So now go home as fast as your legs can carry you. I promised to load you with honors. Yahweh himself has deprived you of them. Oh, well, looky here. Reflect before you react. Balak, you're supposed to be, what, a king of a people? Yeah, short-tempered dude. Balaam and totally twists this up. You guys notice that? Totally twists it up. Let's read it again. Balak flew into a rage with Balaam. He struck his hands together and said to Balaam, I brought you to curse my enemies, and you have insisted on blessing them 3 times over. So now go home as fast as your legs can carry you. I promised you I load you with honors. Yahweh himself has deprived you of them. Well, all righty then. Balaam retorted to Balak. Did I not tell the messengers you sent me? Even if Balak gave me his house full of gold and silver, I could not go against Yahweh's order and do anything of my own accord. Whether for good or ill, whatever Yahweh says is what I shall say. Now that I'm going back to my own folk, let me warn you what this people will do to your people in days to come. Then he declaimed his poem as follows. One threat after another. Here we go. The prophecy of Balaam, son of Beor. The prophecy of the man with far-seeing eyes. The prophecy of one who hears the words of God. Of one who knows the knowledge of the Most High. He sees what Shaddai makes him see, receives the divine answer, and his eyes are opened. I see him, but not in the present. I perceive him, but not close at hand. A star is emerging from Jacob. A scepter is rising from Israel to strike the brow of Moab, the skulls of all the children of Seth. Whatever. Edom, too, will be a conquered land. Seir, too, will be a conquered land. Then Israel exerts his strength, when Jacob tramples on his enemies and destroys the last survivors of Ar. Balaam then looked at Amalek and declaimed his poem as follows. Amalek, the earliest of nations, but his posterity will perish forever. He then looked at the Canaanites and declaimed his poem as follows. Your dwelling was firm, Cain. Oh! Spelled a little different, but actually spelled okay. Oh! Wait a minute. Are they descended from Cain? Your nest perch high in the rock. That would explain the same God. But the nest belongs to Beor. How long will you be Ashur's captive? He then declaimed his poem as follows. The sea people are gathering in the north, the vessels from the coast of Kittim. They will bear down on Ashur, bear down on Aber. He too will perish forever. Wait a minute, they're not just being attacked from the Israelites. Infighting. Balaam then got up, left and went home, and Balak too went his way. That's the end of 24. Well, there we go, unhappy people all around. Oh, so, yes, of course, looky here. The one thing about all this, okay, I don't have too much to say about it because, again, we talked about spiritual growth and spiritual nature. My spiritual nature doesn't allow me to create more conflict, where there already is conflict per se. Now you can teach, but it seems like the one prophecy here, there will be war. There's going to be people dying. People will get slaughtered. Their bones crushed into dust, this, that. It's going to be that bad. A big old nasty bloodbath, right? Because nobody wants to just, hey, wait a second, we can fix this here. Right? Okay, let's see what we're going to do. Right? Balak by now, right, He can't do a thing without Balaam. He can't. He has to turn back and go his own way. He didn't get the support that he wanted to be successful, right? Yes? Yeah. I remember this story about Genghis Khan, the Mongolian conqueror. Oh, there is different stories going around on how he brought, when it came to politics and all that, certain things in place was really good for people. But here's the thing. And otherwise, he was just a bloodthirsty whatever, okay? Ugh, gross. Anywho, but the story was that before every battle, when he was ready to go, yeah, let's go get a little more. Yeah, had a good night's rest. Now we're going to go and get me a little more territory. Yeah? Yes? Okay. You go up on top of a mountain, totally naked, and go and pray. Got the blessing from someone. Right? There you go. Right? Yes? Yeah. Well, is that what worked? I have no idea. Balak didn't get that. Yes? And without that, not sure. We'll have to keep on reading what happens next. But it sounds to me like the Israelites were numerous enough that, well, if a people didn't cooperate with them, well, there was the other way. I don't know. Was that the right way? Is that how? The prophecies are, what are prophecies? This is going to happen. This will happen if. A peaceful way can't be found. This is what's going to happen. That's the other way. Do we want the other way? Oh. Does God sanction that other way? Or the way of bloodshed and war? Is that? Yeah. I think that all the prophecies of Balaam, per se, are warnings. They're not. God didn't give the Israelites the blessing either to go and. He blessed them by, no, I'm not going to bless another people by cursing out my own. The ones that I have just raised now for a number of years already. Not going to do that. But I don't think that if the Israelites would have asked, can you bless us so we can go to war? Right? We'll find out, I guess. Right? Yes? I don't think he would have done that either. Well, anyway, I don't know. My spiritual growth says bloodshed is never the answer. To just bow over another people is not the answer. But the Israelites are a bit stuck there now, right? Yes? But what if? What if the Israelites would have followed God's guidance to begin with? The consequences of not listening to God. And Balak. Is Balak really thinking about his own people? Is he? Doesn't sound like it. Short-tempered, unwilling to listen to God. Oh, and Cain. Might be Canaanites. It said Canaanites. I have no idea. Are they connected? Is that the connection there between the Israelites and all them other tribes there? I'm not sure, right? Yes. Would have been nice if they could have come to some kind of an agreement, right? Yes, that would have kind of fixed some things, right? Between the two brothers, one killing the other. Because of, there are some similarities there, aren't there, in these stories. It's always about restoration. The whole Bible is about restoration. All right. I got things to do every day. Then I do a little, and then sometimes I just, I'm going to do something different than what I wanted to do today. No hurry here. There's no hurry for anything, really. So, all right, that's what I wanted to share this morning. Did I forget to share something? Can you guys remind me? Oh, okay. Spirit world is sick. Well, you mentioned some other things, so yep. Anything else can wait. I was listening. I just can't remember now. uh, oh, I have to mention that. I shared that on my Facebook page too. First time I've seen, there's 4 young guys and they're rapping. Yeah, yeah. But they have rap songs about the Bible and really, really neat ones. And the question had come up with other people, and some discussions about certain music, this, that. When I listen to a song and it puts a smile on my face to start with, and I'm kind of, yeah, oh, yeah, it doesn't matter what music it is. Right? If the goodness in the teachings and the goodness in music is there, yes, music is all about teaching too, right? Yes. Oh, then right, then there you go. The musicians, the the songwriters are successful. Yes. And this was definitely, as I said, 4 young guys, right? Were singing about different parts. There were different people in the Bible singing about it. Wonderful. It was just, as I said, I'm sitting there, oh, yeah, right with you. Yep, yeah. And it put a smile on my face. If music makes you upset and angry and then you're not listening to the right music, okay? Just saying. You're not listening to God then either. You're listening to something else, right? Something that still needs growth within you. Yes? Okay. All right. That's not there yet. So don't listen to that all the time. Grow. Then. Oh, now I'm in the right place. To teach, to give, to encourage. Hopefully to heal some too. Right? All right. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to you another time.